What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast. And boy, do I got some news for you guys. While there's talk about this new scariant that's going around, I think that what you're going to see in a lot of these democratic states is the implementation of the masking. Currently, as it stands, Florida uh, federal judge actually struck down the mask mandate for public transportation. So we'll see what happens, but all eyes on that. But what's even more urgent, I'm not going to say more important, although it could be more important, honestly, is this: the ships that are waiting to be unloaded in Shanghai. Not only waiting to be unloaded, but, you know, there's no exports leaving China. So what do you think that's going to do to the supply chain, an already broken down supply chain? Yeah, it's going to destroy it even further. Folks, the hunger issue is very, very serious. We're going to enter a famine like never before. And you just wait till I show you these charts that I have. Let's look here. The world's largest fertilizer company said that Union Pacific had been hit with railroad mandated shipping reductions. Who? Folks, we know that what's happening right now with the farmers. They're getting paid to stop harvesting. Sorry, to stop planting. So they're getting paid to stop doing their job that helps feed millions and millions of people. It almost sounds like controlled demolition, right? Here it says, which couldn't come at a worse time as the Northern Hemisphere spring planting season is underway. This will reduce fertilizer by 20% this year. And there's farmers that are saying they can't get their hands on fertilizer. So what do you think that's going to do? There's snowball effects that are coming from this. Now, this is the chart that you need to see. The U.S. average annual mortgage payment is now 35% higher than the mortgage bubble in '06. The only difference is now in 2022, we have 8.5% inflation and 50 times more debt. With the Fed 8% behind the curve, battling the monster known as inflation, things are about to get wild. They say gold, silver. Folks, screenshot this chart right here and show it to your friends and family. If that's the only thing you do, go ahead. I don't care if you like or if you subscribe, if you're new to this channel. I don't care. Screenshot this picture and go ahead and show it to your friends and family. And ask them if they think we're in a bubble. This is insane. It's gone parabolic in the last 2 years, folks. Parabolic. And here's another chart. This is surging wheat prices. We see how they went up in World War II, right? That little blip in comparison to what it is now. Right? We see the great financial crisis. Ours is way above. So you think we're in a crisis of the ages? You best believe we are. Because you're starting to see things on charts that are, what's the term? They're all aggregating to create the perfect storm of one of the greatest crises this world has ever seen. And not just, locally to a few countries. No, this is worldwide. Every single nation will be affected. So, look at wheat prices, and that should tell you all you need to know. Adam Taggart said, those who don't study history are doomed to repeat it. And in 1920s, if you guys have heard of the Weimar inflation, that was a serious time. It says in 1920, German officials blamed inflation on the war rather than on money printing. And here it says, assured by official explanations, had attributed the decline in the purchasing power of the paper mark, because they had the Reichsmark, right? Or the Reichsmark, however they pronounce it, not to the continuance of no issues, but to the rise in prices caused by the war. So they're blaming the war, not the printing of money, to increasing costs, folks. History does repeat, and people who don't study it are definitely doomed to repeat it. And at a certain point, you can't print food. You can print all the money you want, but you can't print food. I reiterate, you can't print food. And so we're in a very stupendous crisis. And disturbing of them all is this. This guy Tedros from the WHO, he's the director. He said, "Thank you, Bill Gates, for sending a copy of your new book. I fully agree that we must act on the lessons learned of this past, scariant or pandemic and innovate so that we can deliver swift, equitable health solutions to prevent the next one." So, folks, Pandemic 2.0, rest assured, they're already talking about it. So, with that in mind, there's one more thing. Actually, I'll probably save it for later because this has to do with a different topic that I've covered about weather technology. But if you guys want to check it out, it's on my Twitter. But I'll save it for the next video. I think I'll end on that note. But folks, like I said, we're in a stupendous crisis. Everything's aggregating together to create the perfect storm. So, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channels. Please spread this word. Spread it. I want as many people to know about this. And even if you don't share the videos, share the information that you're getting, especially charts like this, right? Screenshot that because this pictures say 1,000 words, and this goes to show the crisis that we're in. So, folks, without further ado, it's the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.